My name is Diane.
Sitting in this old motel room with the soft hum of the air conditioner and my son, Jacob, fast asleep beside me, I'm reminded of the chain of events that led us here. Just a few hours ago, I was sitting in front of my laptop, the screen casting an eerie blue glow on my face as I stared at a document that would change everything. My family has always been a bit of a mess. My parents, Henry and Lydia, are in their 60s. Henry is a quiet man, often lost in his own world, while Lydia is overly protective of my younger sister, Stella. Stella, who's 25, is a social media influencer with grand dreams but no real substance. She moved back in with our parents 2 years ago, claiming she was starting a new business. It all started when Stella decided to take matters into her own hands. I came home one day to the sound of Jacob's panicked cries. I rushed into the kitchen, where the air was thick with the smell of cheap perfume and old food. Stella was standing by the sink, one hand on her hip and the other holding Jacob's tablet over a sink full of soapy water. Jacob was at her feet, reaching up with a terrified look on his face. "This thing is ruining my vibe," Stella said, her voice cold and bored. "I'm trying to film, and all I hear is cartoons." Without waiting for me to say a word, she opened her hand, and the tablet hit the water with a dull splash. That tablet wasn't just a piece of technology. It was months of Jacob skipping treats and my long, cold shifts at the factory. It was the only thing that was truly his. I watched as the tablet sank beneath the foam, and in that moment, something inside me snapped. I didn't yell or cry. I reached into the water and pulled out the tablet, water streaming from it. Stella laughed, hoping to provoke me, but I refused to give her the satisfaction. I knew it was time to take action. I walked past her, past the ring lights and the piles of unwashed clothes, and into the living room where my parents were sitting. Henry was watching TV with the volume turned up high, and Lydia was scrolling through her phone.
They didn't even look up as I walked by.
I went into the room Jacob and I shared, a small space with peeling wallpaper. "Pack your bag, Jacob," I said, my voice sounding strange to my own ears. "We're leaving." Stella appeared in the doorway, holding a glass of wine. "Oh, don't be so dramatic, Diane. It's just a screen. I did you a favor," she said, taking a sip. I ignored her and finished packing. When I tried to leave, Stella blocked the way, asking where I was going and reminding me of the dishes I was supposed to do. I pushed past her, making her spill her wine. As I drove away, I couldn't help but think about the sacrifices I had made for that tablet. It was a symbol of my love for Jacob and my hard work, and Stella had destroyed it without a second thought. Once we checked into the motel, I decided to do some digging. I logged into my credit report and was relieved to find it was clean. But I knew someone was paying for Stella's lavish lifestyle. I remembered the envelopes with red stamps on the kitchen table and how Henry would quickly hide them whenever I walked in. I navigated to the county recorder's public access portal and typed in my father's address. To my horror, I found a lien on the house. It was a home equity line of credit for $195,000, taken out 2 years ago, right around the time Stella moved back in. I returned to the house the next morning, determined to get to the bottom of things. The house was filled with tension. Stella was complaining about her business, and Lydia was on the defensive. I went straight to the mail pile and found a notice of foreclosure. When I confronted Stella with the records, she admitted to forging Henry's signature and using his social security number to take out the loan. Lydia then confessed that she had given Stella the information, sacrificing Henry to protect Stella's fantasy. When Stella demanded that I take out a loan to fix the mess, I refused and said I was pressing charges. That's when Henry laughed and told us the truth. 5 years ago, he had taken out a reverse mortgage and the bank already owned the house. Stella had stolen debt, not value. But then Henry showed me something that changed everything. Every payment from the reverse mortgage had been saved in a $529 education fund for Jacob. It was $285,000, irrevocable and untouchable. Stella collapsed, realizing her crime was pointless. Henry stood up, said he was done, and walked out. I took Jacob's hand, and we left the house behind. As we drove away, I felt a sense of freedom. I used to think leaving would be hard, but now I know it was the only way to protect Jacob and myself. Family isn't just about blood. It's about protection. And I'm done being a bank for someone else's delusions.